Welcome to Deep Thought. Change your spirit. Now, I talked about energy and then got deeper into, being a spirit with a body, right? I'm going to tell you what. The key to whatever your circumstances is in life is not changing everybody around you, right? Let me give an example. You get, now we all know about how men and women go at each other on a relationship tip, right? We all know about that, right? And the thing is, we want the other side to change. We think the other person should change, right? But the key is not the other person changing, because they're not going to change. You can't change another human being. You can try to give them incentive. You can ask them. You can try to tell them. But ultimately, that's within. But if you want people in their reaction to you to change, you have to change yourself. And if you're not getting a job, you're not getting a mate, things ain't going well, it's not the they who are really doing it. Now, it's easy to blame the they and say, oh, they doing it. But you only have power over one thing, and that's you. And that's ultimately your spirit, right? And I've seen that happen a lot in life. It's even done it myself. When you change your attitude about something, you change your spirit, you grow, you learn something, all of a sudden, people change in their reaction to you, right? People change in their reaction. See, you're not changing them, but you changing yourself, and thus they're going to react to you differently. See how that works? It's very easy, right? Like, you get guys out here complaining about the women and how the women are behaving and all of that. I'll say, okay, well, why don't you change yourself? Because every single time I can see what the man is doing. Same thing with the women, right? Or, we can explain that beyond relationships, on jobs. People having a problem on a job, right? But it's like I knew this one dude, right? He was a good dude, but he always had issues on jobs, but he always showed up late. He always showed up late for work, right? And then wondered why they had a problem with him. And he was in a position of responsibility, right? He was in a position of responsibility. And I've seen that a lot, or people, they get on a job and they wondering why they don't get assignments, or, the bosses don't like them. But it's like usually they lazy. Usually they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Now, I've seen some people, they will start off that way, but for whatever reason, they would change up. They would work harder. All of a sudden, they get more responsibility. People take them more serious. They change in everything. Every single thing in your life. If you don't like something, it's on you. And before you change anything, you got to change your spirit. Even changing your body. I talked a little bit about that in a previous podcast. If you don't like your physical form or something about your physical form, you can do a crazy diet, right? You can do a crazy diet, you can hit the gym, but the change ain't gonna come until you change how you feel about yourself. And I guarantee a change. Like, I give you two examples. Say if a man is really not strong in his masculinity and people treat him a certain way, right? And he doesn't have like that tight, hard look that women like. If he changes his thoughts and start doing things in a more masculine manner, more assertive, more dominant, his physical form is going to change to follow that. And I'm going to tell you what, and that's a deep science right there. That's why I mentioned this probably in several videos before. That's why you can get some people, particularly in indigenous cultures, and maybe some people who practice some type of holistic discipline, they can look at you and tell everything going on with you psychologically. They can look at how you walk Like I had a mentor. He could tell what was going on just by watching somebody walk. Right, and that even extends to how they wear their clothes and stuff. That's how deep it is. So if you want to change something, it starts in the mind first. It's a very simple concept, and then that's your spirit. See, a lot of people have broken spirits, but they're looking outside of themselves for the change, for inspiration to change. It's like, no, you got to make a choice. See, when changing your spirit starts with a choice. You got to choose to change it. And it's actually not hard, because once you got to make the choice to change something about your spirit. That's the first thing. Then you have to commit to that change. See, sometimes people make a choice and they say, I'm going to change stuff, but they don't commit to it. They back to the same old habits because those habits are comfortable for them. They might have been a coping mechanism. It's easy to do it instead of consciously saying, you know what? I'm not as nice to people as I need to be. I'm going to make a change. All right? I don't talk to people as much, or, you know what? I'm not assertive enough out here. I don't work hard enough. When I go on a job, I don't do my best. When I'm in a relationship, I'm very selfish. I don't consider the other person's thoughts. Once you decide in your spirit you want to change anything, and it's not limited, because the spirit is powerful. Your spirit is powerful beyond belief. And the power of choice is powerful beyond belief. Once you make that choice, once you say, I'm going to change my spirit, and then commit to it. And it can be tough at first, but that's when you have to be conscious. When you're about to do something, like say you that person who is mean-spirited towards people whenever you're out, and you make a conscious decision, say, no, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to smile, or just at least be quiet. Right? So every time you feel that urge to come up to like berate somebody, you're like, boom. Yeah, I'm seeing it. It's changed people. I swear I've seen this so many times. It's scary. It's scary. It's like, yeah, like you ever see somebody who, okay, like say they mean-spirited, and if you mean-spirited, you're not smiling a lot, and you're actually carrying a lot of tension in your body, but you let that go, boom. You feel lighter. Like I know a young lady like that. She turned out to be very sweet, but when we first met, no, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case when we first met. But then I remember I saw her coming and she just looked lighter. Like her energy, she wasn't carrying that tension. She was smiling. I was just like, what the hell happened to you? She said, Rom, I just let all that bullshit go I was doing. She just let it go. And she turned out to be she probably one of the sweetest people. Like one of those few people I love to run into just to see how she doing. But it's that deep. It's that deep. And I'm going to tell you how powerful that is. That's one of the most powerful things, because then if your life isn't going the way you want it to go, once you change that spirit up, all of a sudden a whole new path opens up. Because here's a powerful secret to life. Powerful secret. I don't care what you want to do. No person, if you want to succeed in life, is based on relationships. And not just romantic relationships. Like if you interact with a person, that's a relationship. And when you're in the checkout line and you have more than 2 words to say to that person, that's a relationship. All right? That's a relationship. And you never know what that person can say to lead you to something. Because when you meet people, people pray for different things. They pray to, the deities that they worship to, provide them with something. But a lot of times the deities will answer them. The deities will answer the prayers, right? But it don't come in the form. Like you say you need a job or something. And, because of your spirit, you friendly to people. It might be somebody you just say hi to and, you start a conversation. And then all of a sudden they mention they work in a particular field. All of a sudden they say, well, I'm looking for a job in that field. And they like, yeah, boom. And you always get some stories. Somebody have a random or chance meeting somewhere. And it leads to something else. In fact, I actually look for stuff like that. I actually look for like just somebody say something random. Or, somebody might say, hey, you need help or something like that. It's that powerful. But the key to everything, if life isn't going the way you want, change your spirit. Change your spirit. Like I said, very simple. Just make the choice to change it and then commit to that choice. And you'll find things will change. It's seriously, people think it's difficult because they feel like they stuck into whatever behavior patterns that they're in. And they say, well, this is just who I am. I'm like, I'm going to tell you what. Here's something powerful. I actually need to do a separate podcast on this. But your spirit is unlimited. You can do whatever. Your spirit is so powerful. Your spirit is so powerful. If you introverted, if you make the choice to be more extroverted, you can beat that. Or if you extroverted and you need to make the choice to be calmer, you can do that. Whatever. You can make the choice to develop a skill. Every I don't care what it is. That's how powerful your spirit is. All right? Now, like I said, you might not become a master in something. Might or might not, but you'll be better than what you were. So always remember that. Main thing, change your spirit. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Keep rising and transforming. As always, something to think about. Peace.